So let's go on Zillow and let's enter Woods Hole. It should be in Falmouth. And what we're going to do is we're going to build an amortization schedule. So let's say you're going to buy your dream home in Woods Hole. So let's say, Mom, you buy a home in Woods Hole, and I'm pretty sure they only have condos available right now. So let's just use this one for an example. Yeah, I know you don't want a condo, but let's use this. Let's open up Excel. And this is your new home. Let's name this sheet New Home. And then let's go down. And let's call this the Waterfall. So you want a new home. And how much is it going to cost? It's going to cost you $2,185 million. So cost is $2,185. And it's going to cost you quite a bit of money. And let's say you put down, your down payment is like, say, $1 million. And this is just very hypothetical. I'm not trying to say we got this amount of money, but I'm just kind of showing you what I'm doing. And so you're going to need a loan, of course. So you're going to need a mortgage, and it's going to be the difference between the two. And now we can kind of paint a picture and build an amortization schedule. It's like a little waterfall right now. You see Nyla's tail? Little tail. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a waterfall. And this is kind of the terms of the loan. Terms of the loan. So it's going to have a present value of, this amount negative though, because it's going to be a cash, well, technically it's going to be a cash inflow to you, but at the end of this loan, this is just going to be a normal loan, so it's going to be fully paid off at the end. And then let's kind of remove that red. And I'm not going to really be using the mouse, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to try to only use the keyboard. So if you want to see what I'm looking at, it's just going to be within the cell that I'm moving to. You see over here, I'm not going to be using my mouse to point at things. And I'm going to try to get this done within a couple minutes. If I could do this within 5 minutes, that would be awesome with the Zillow. So the present value is that. Now the future value is going to be 0 because this loan is going to be completely paid off by the end of the cycle. And let's say your periods, N is going to represent your number of payment periods. Let's say this is a 30-year loan, 30-year loan, and it's monthly. So they're monthly payments. 30 years, and it is monthly. Now let's just get that out of the way. Now the rate. Now this is what everything comes down to. The most important part is going to be the rate. Let's say 3.5%, but then again, it's monthly, so 0.035 divided by 12 because it's monthly. And now we're going to put that in percentage format. So that's what 0.035 divided by 12 would be. And I hope you can, the mic's kind of far away. I hope you can hear me, Mom. And now, something in the meat. Sorry. Let's make sure. Sorry. So I'm staying in the call. There we go. You can see me. So now we got the rate, and now we need the payment. So your monthly payments, monthly payment. Let's align all of this together, and let's make this bold. So your monthly payment, we have all of the tools we need to compute the monthly payment now using Excel. We have the rate. Oh, let's make this a comma. We have the payment periods. Actually, we don't. I need to calculate this first. So it would just be 30 times. This should be 360 just by using multiplication. So now I believe we have everything. I didn't miss anything. Let's put all of our inputs in. It's asking for the present value. the present value and the future value can never be, both positive. One has to be negative, the other has to be positive. And now, I think that looks good. Amount of money we're investing, amount of years. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So now we can build our waterfall. I'll put this down over here, and I'll call this our waterfall. So we have the month, and then this is going to be a big drag down. So I need 360. So I'll look at the rows, and once I'm at row number like around 360, I'll drop it down. So let's say right here. Look at that. Perfect. And underneath them, I'm going to put a 1, and you'll see why, just so I can do some drop downs after, so I don't have to do that again. I don't want to do that massive drop down. So now our payment. We know what our payment is. Our monthly payment is always going to be that until this is, until this is paid off. So I'll lock that cell. That is what I want the drop down. I'll drop it down. And now, okay, I'm over 5 minutes, but bear with me. Now our monthly interest payment. So monthly interest payment. So this is going to be where we do a little bit of just basic arithmetic. And to compute our monthly interest payment, it's going to be equal to our principal. So what is our principal? Principal is right there, the amount of the loan, and we're going to multiply it by the interest rate. So we have our monthly interest payment. So that is going strictly to interest. And then now what would be remaining? What would be remaining is monthly principal payment, right? Because we still have more money left over. So we have that. And now we need to know what our remaining principal is left. So how much money is left in the loan for us? How much money we need to pay off left? Because you got to pay off your house. You're not going to default on this. So remaining principal. And the remaining principal is what we started out with, our $1.185 million loan. And we're going to subtract how much we've paid off, right? How much principal we've paid off in particular, right? We're not going to subtract this because then it would be paid off much, much faster. So that's how much we have left. Let me make sure I do the math right. So monthly interest, monthly principal, which is just payment minus the monthly interest. And then we have our remaining principal that's left over. So when you do this, you can kind of see what's going on within the loan, the true amortization schedule. It's like, it's a nice little waterfall. And let's just do this, let's do that. And now, next month, right? So we have our remaining principal, and then we want to know our interest payment. So our interest payment on the first month, right? We calculated the principal balance. Now we want to drop down here to calculate our monthly interest payment, and we're going to multiply our remaining principal by the interest rate, right? You see how our interest should be going down. That's how we know I'm doing it right. Our interest starts out really high, what's being paid off in interest, and then it starts to decrease every month until it's down to 0, until our loan is completely paid off. And the difference is what we paid in principal. Now our leftover, we now go up, because that was before this period began, and then we paid off that much in principal. So now, as you can see, the video is going to be coming to an end, Mom, because I'm almost done with calculating your beautiful new mortgage. So you can move in. It's a condo. I know you don't want a condo, but when I go on Zillow, I don't really have much options to look at. There's nothing. I know you like Woods Hole and it's a dream home, but there's nothing for sale. It's a very, very tough market to find a home in Woods Hole because it would go for sale right away. Anyway, enough of talking. I'm going to drag this all down. I can't just drag this down. I need to drag the entire row down. Entire rows down. I have the ones there to help. And as you can see, it didn't work. And why would it not have worked? Because I clearly did not lock some cells that were important. I didn't lock this. So I got ahead of myself. There's nothing here I need to lock. We don't want to lock that. We want to lock this because the rate we want to be looking at that. And now it works out. As you see, each month our interest is going down. The amount we're paying on the principal is going up. So it's inverse. Of course, we start out paying high interest, and then that, that seesaw shifts and we're paying off the principal until there is no principal left. And I'll remove all of these ones, and let's make this look nice. Now, it's all about making it look nice. I know, Mom, your favorite color is blue, so let's make this look a little bit like, let's make this look like it's got some blue in it. What color blue? Do you like light blue? I like a light blue, like an ocean blue. Now we'll go with, I can make it a little bit darker, and then we could make the font color like white. That looks pretty good. We could do like gray here or something like that. We do like a darker gray. And it's 11-minute long video. It's not like too long, right? Let's make this bigger, like 20. So now we have our waterfall. As you can see, we have the terms of the loan, and we have the waterfall. So this way, every single month, if you were just curious how much you're paying off in interest, how much is remaining on the balance of the loan. This is how you build an amortization schedule. And yeah, this is pretty fun. So this is your new little home, and this is the finances behind it. So in case you were wondering what's going on within the loan, the finances, the numbers that are underlying, this kind of explains it until you have it paid off. You have all the months, and it all starts out with just computing the monthly payment. That's all I got for today.